too. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JD. This is the Wrong Dude. We are Peace to the G's, and I'm about to go off because I'm matching it. I know y'all don't really see it. It's a little green in the hat, green in the shirt. Got the brown, got the earth tones going. Got the outside glasses, the going out glasses. Nigga got a fresh cut. Oh man, it's too much. Hit him with it.
No gossip, no glitch. Just two brothers talking shit. Brothers talk about peace, JD.
Peace on this special edition. And we're gonna try to go twice a week, maybe, in the future. But for right now, we are talking about what's going down in these streets. And today's topic is CTE. As you know, it's brought back into the headlines because a young man drove from Vegas, stepped into the wrong building, shot a bunch of folk, and he thought he was shooting up the NFL offices.
Well, he actually went into the right building. He just got off at the wrong floor.
Wrong side, whatever. So they said something about him taking the wrong elevator banks.
Possibly, yes.
I don't know about all that shit. You know, the buildings be so massive these days. And then I was just talking to a friend of mine, and they questioned why money came all the way to New York as opposed to hitting a different NFL site. And I'm like, well, this is the NFL headquarters. I'm still befuddled as to why he came to the NFL for that. But
well, CTE, I'm not familiar with CTE as much. Having worked in mental health for many years, I am familiar with traumatic brain injury, though.
Well, CTE is not something they can diagnose until you're dead and they chop your brain open.
So what happens is that you sent me the symptoms of it, but it allows you these thoughts, and a lot of those are paranoid thoughts, and
Chris Benoit,
suicidal, all type of things. So he felt like his disease or ailment came from high school football, I believe.
High school football, yeah, but
yeah, so
that in and of itself has nothing to do with the NFL. I mean, I guess that being the pinnacle.
Well,
of that
I think
sport.
that he feels like people aspire to go to the NFL, and the NFL kind of encourages people to play football in the hopes of getting to the NFL.
They get paid to play, and people, it's a commodity.
Ultimately, I think he feels like they know that this is a problem, but they're not doing anything to fix it or help it.
I'm not going to speculate as to what was in his mind. That
just seems like,
right.
Well, that just seemed like the rational thing.
No.
But he was irrational if he has CTE.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's not something that people should talk about. I'm just saying, for me personally.
But could he have been a copycat? Somebody else had left a note saying, please examine my brain after they blew their brains out.
A lot of people did, but unfortunately, if you do that, you ruin any evidence.
But he didn't shoot himself in the head, though.
The person who killed themselves, who says,
if you're saying explore my brain, and there's no way you shot yourself in the head.
We also talking about people who are at this point irrational because they're not having these thoughts that
suicide. Yes, it's synonymous with a brain shot, but a head shot. But if you want your brain examined, it wouldn't be.
Again,
my understanding is he shot himself in the chest, but that's
hard to do.
That's
you had to go like.
And if he had, if the only gun he had was that rifle, that would be
unless he really
near impossible.
But hey, it's what it is. I wouldn't dare. I know that he shot an off-duty police officer, I think.
Yes.
A bunch of other people. Then he killed himself.
Well, firstly, his name was Shane Tamara, according to ABC News. His name was Shane Tamara. He drove across the country with a semi-automatic rifle. He then carried out a mass shooting Monday in the building that's the home of the NFL offices. He died by suicide in the building.
Okay. Only thing I can think of is he put the barrel to his chin, popped off. Again, not really getting into all of that. It's a tragedy. I think everybody who kills himself is a sucker, and I've been there. I really one time asked my therapist. I was like, yo, on a scale of 1 to 10, he's like, yo, you was at an 8.5. So I know the feelings. I'm not gonna sit there and act like I didn't. I don't. But for me, I see it as the coward's way out. Like, you got people you leaving behind, and so it was never an option. It was never an option for me.
For you, it wasn't an option, but who knows who he has left behind? It says he has a father here, but it doesn't speak much more about any family he has, any children or wife or anything.
2 kids. No, I had a kid and a kid on the way. I had a wife. I had 2 sisters, 1,000 fucking nieces and nephews, cousins. I mean, there was a gambit of people that was there that I clearly said to myself, I need to be here for. But that was my reason.
You don't have CTE.
Nah, but I've been depressed like a motherfucker. But now, because there's something else I want to add to that about someone you may not be thinking about, but CTE may have played a role in their, I don't want to say their demise, but in their issues. So basically what CTE is taking a beating over a course of years, right? It's basically, and the NFL, and this is where the NFL may be responsible, because you might not remember, but Will Smith did this god-awful movie.
Well, it was there was critically acclaimed movie, Concussion.
Yeah, but people deadpanned it. They didn't like it, and specifically what they
critically
didn't
acclaimed. A lot of people said that it brought light to CTE, and it was an amazing,
They didn't like his accent, so they thought it was trash.
Oh, okay. So it had nothing to do with the movie of itself.
Well, you know how motherfuckers be. They pick the one thing and then that just make everything else bad. But the fact is now that movie was a biopic.
Yes.
All right. There was a real African gentleman doctor behind that.
Yes.
That he portrayed. And he was like way taller and 5 shades lighter and all this shit. But that's, again, neither here nor there. The movie was about this doctor who basically discovered CTE. I guess that's the best way to put it. And it's really weird, right? Because
But in the movie, didn't he confront the NFL with these facts and say that, hey, we need to do something about this?
I'm going to get there in 1 second. I'm really going to get to it. But when we look at the climate and how this particular administration is denying funds to universities where a lot of this research, because that doctor worked for Boston University or Brown University, I think it was Boston, as we see 2 rifles going by. Go get it, boys. You see something?
No, yes, I saw the Springfield rifles.
Absolutely, they was on their way to practice. And things like CTE won't be discovered if colleges, because that's where most of the research for diseases takes place, in university settings.
Yeah, Johns Hopkins does an amazing amount of research in various areas of medicine.
Harvard, Brown, Columbia, and that's how the current administration is passing their racist agenda. Be clear, there's a racist agenda. You don't have to believe me. And because they disguise it as being about anti-Jewish sentiment, I will never again call it anti-Semitism, because that is incorrect. That's a whole nother show. But let me, and I'm gonna end this part here. Any Jew watching, any Jew people who love Jews, I love the Jewish people. Be clear, when they clear those Palestinians out of Israel, they're going to tell your ass to go home. You cleared out all the Palestinians, take your ass to Israel, because that's their ultimate goal, to get y'all the fuck up out of here. They didn't want Jews here after World War II. That is a fact. That's how Israel became to be. All right. That's a fact. I'm not debating that shit with nobody. You can look at the fuck up. And how you hear them tell niggas go home, they gonna tell y'all they gonna tell y'all the same thing. Alright? That's the end of that. Now, back to what we really talking about. It's a lot of people who have CTE. Professional athletes. They talk about football the most, but ultimately, and this is what I was alluding to earlier, Muhammad Ali may have had CTE.
Well, he may have.
Now, the reason I say that is when I looked it up, one of those symptoms is Parkinsonism.
Oh, okay.
Ali had Parkinson's. And they said he got Parkinson's. It is reported. Many outlets have said it. Whether it's true or not, I don't think they examined his brain. So they said he got it from getting punched in the head too much. And that's literally how you get CTE. Repeated blows to the head, repeated concussions. It's not a one-off injury. It is a sustained over, like you keep banging your head, banging your head, banging your head over a period of time. You know, it's like basically the best way for me to describe CTE to people who don't know it, and as little as I know about it, it's like letting your house rot. Piece falls off here, piece falls off here, there, and the house just keeps deteriorating and deteriorating until the point where the house is no longer livable. Your brain deteriorates after repeated blow, after repeated blow, after repeated blow, and then other things come into play. Delusions, you know,
I think a lot of the things that they
things like that
accredit CTE, you know, is the suicidal aspect. That the players, the football players specifically, that had been later diagnosed with CTE, the Junior Seau's and the Aaron Hernandez, these guys had committed suicide. So they're basically saying that
they were also violent as fuck.
Well, Aaron Hernandez, they say, was a serial killer, but you know, he was acquitted of two murders.
Let's define serial killer. He was
convicted of defined serial killer, somebody who killed
more than 3 people.
Yes. So
I know a lot of serial killers.
He was accused of killing 3 people. 2 he was acquitted for killing, and the 3rd he was convicted for.
Now, I don't say that. And when we talk about CTE, his rationale was that if he died, his daughter would get his contract money. And that seems reasonable if the dude had cancer, right? He had sustained traumatic brain injuries, so he wasn't thinking straight.
Well, also that he was accused of homosexual behavior.
And it's 2020 something.
Listen, no. Was that a part of the CTE, or was that something independent of the CTE? Because they're saying the violent behavior was attributed to him having CTE.
Well, they said
unquestionably.
Well, they said he was violent as a kid.
Right, but no, they're saying that the violence was attributed to the CTE. This is what
I get it.
Sources say.
No, I get it, but you know they had that little FX did that show. That
did.
What's the name about him? So, I mean,
there also was another docuseries on it.
Right. I'm sorry, and so we got to ask ourselves. At what point, when does CTE kick in? Because Aaron Hernandez was young, but he was a wild boy player. So he was always banging in there and getting banged on and all that. Pause, ayo, whatever. So, yeah, it might have hit him earlier. And that's why you look at a player like, what's that Hawaiian boy? Hawaiian or Fijian, Samoan, Quartua. He take a lot of blows to the head. He had a lot of concussions, and that's why they're like, yo, he shouldn't even play. But he keep playing. Now, later on, he may they may say he exhibited symptoms and ultimately died from CTE. I'm praying that that's not the case, but it's possible, right? And then when you look at people like Chris Benoit, professional wrestler, who they said had CTE, he killed his wife. I think he had 2 children, killed both of them, right? The wife, and then hung himself in his gym. And they could rightly make the case, because pro wrestling, as staged as it is fucking violent, and you get banged up a lot, and you bang your head a lot. A lot of them high action moves will knock your brain silly. Shit, they said that about. Matter of fact, they could make that claim about Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Mm-hmm. Right? A lot of pro wrestlers, man. But just again, the nature of that business.
Again, when they attribute your death to CTE, it's usually suicide. It's, maybe the ideal of suicide and the notes that they leave give it that air. But at the same time, we don't know, because there's so many things that are unknown about CTE.
Well, they're
I feel terrible about Junior Seau, because he was an amazing player, and by all accounts, all accounts, he gave great interviews. He was lucid. I've never seen, and I've seen him quite a bit, in the Pro Bowls and the different things. I've never seen where he exhibited any behavior that was suspicious for me.
Well, like anything, right? So let's look at CTE.
Again, I worked in mental health. I know sick when I see it.
Yeah, but let's look at CTE in the sense that we look at dementia in older folks, right? He might have had a lot of lucid moments. Does not mean he didn't have CTE. Does not mean that or even being bipolar, where he got these moments where he's super lucid, and then other moments where he's like angry for no reason, depressed.
What's the guy on the stories? He used to be on All My Children. He I don't know his name, but he is diagnosed, admitted bipolar, and he I don't know his name offhand.
But I'm just saying, like, because since CTE, why is this nigga driving a forward? All right, I love the hood, baby. CT is not something you could diagnose until you chop a person's brain open.
Maurice Bernard, his name is.
Okay, so since it's not something
he plays on General Hospital.
Okay, since it's not something that you can diagnose, right? You got to look at CT is something that you can only diagnose, in my opinion, when someone is alive by cross-referencing other things. Depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, violence, all things that can be attributed to something else, like being bipolar, like being schizophrenic even, right? And then they say, well, if you got schizophrenia, you get it when you're young. So if you start exhibiting schizophrenic behavior at like 40, they'll be like, it's probably not schizophrenia, it's something else. He has a brain issue, right? Because that usually is young. You know that, right? So I'm actually asking.
But generally, schizophrenia, the onset is, if you have a psychiatric break, the onset is generally between 18 and 25. You generally do not, and the numbers are the numbers. You don't get mental illness past 25 years old.
But now, listen.
It can happen, but it's such a rarity. That it's like 1 in a million.
No, I understand that.
You can have symptoms from birth. You can have mental illness from birth.
But what I'm saying is,
and then a psychiatric break generally come between 18 and 25.
Right. But what I'm saying is that now we're talking about a 40-year-old who seems to be exhibiting schizophrenic behavior, who's never done it before. or bipolar behavior that they've never done before. Like they never had it. Now they're 40 and they exhibit these behaviors. So that's when you start looking outside at what they refer to as environmental factors. So maybe it is CTE and not schizophrenia. Maybe it is CTE and not bipolarism. Maybe it is CTE and not Parkinson's, or it's Parkinson's but it's also CTE, right? Because one of the symptoms is Parkinsonism, which sounded weird when I heard it, but you understand what I'm saying. So now
we used to always argue at work. There's a difference between theory and practice, right?
I'm theory, just practice.
So when we're with the patients every day, a doctor may come in and say, "Oh, this patient does this according to the books, according to all the things that reference this disease he has, whatever it is. These are the symptoms. This is what he does," and that's theory,
right?
I sit there every day and watch him every day. It's practice. You understand? So I'm telling you, nah, this is not what he does. Oh, no. According to the books, this is exactly what the disease he has. This is what they do.
Right.
So a lot of people are misdiagnosed. Schizophrenia and bipolar is a blanket diagnosis.
Right.
So there may be more specifics. So then they'll add access 1, access 2, these things to kind of offset their diagnosis, and a lot of time their diagnosis, again, they're blanket diagnosis. They're not right or wrong. They're just not specific.
Right.
So when they'll say you have a specific thing and you do this, and it's in theory, they should.
Right.
But if you sit there and watch them every day, the practice of it is they don't exhibit those things,
Right.
They do not exhibit any of these things. But because the doctors go by, the theory, they'll say, hey, this is what he's supposed to do if he has access 6 schizophrenia.
Right. But again, like you said, everybody's also very different, right? Because they're just going by what they refer to. And thank you, Mr. Ron Do Sincere. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for you allowing me to put on my podcast the phrase, the preponderance of the evidence suggests that that's what it is. And when we talk about schizophrenia, but we're still talking about CTE, like, because since you don't know what it is,
but
until you don't, don't know somebody has it until they die.
I say that to say that because there are blanket diagnoses, they may say that it's schizophrenia or bipolar, and it may be CTE.
Yeah, but again,
because you don't generally get schizophrenic
at 40, 50 years old.
At 40, 50 years old. You don't be 35. It's rare.
Right.
It's really rare.
First of all, things happen.
Now, no. Now listen to this. If it's drug induced,
okay,
it can happen.
Yes,
so then obviously, the assumption is if somebody comes in and they hadn't exhibited any behavior prior to 35 or 40 years old, that it was
drug induced.
It was something that was brought on by somebody slipped something in his drink, somebody gave him a Mickey, he had some angel dust. These things will allow for you to get schizophrenia later in life.
Now, I understand that, but those are things that will also. But see, now here's the tricky part, right? If you feeling these things because of CTE, you might make the decision to use drugs to alleviate those issues. Not saying you will or will not. No, it's possible.
From a mental health standpoint, drugs, whether it be prescription drugs or illegal drugs, help relieve the symptoms. You can imagine how frightening it is to see something that's not there or hear something that's not, being said. So, what helps with those symptoms is drug use.
Right. To quiet those voices and things like that. And I get that. And so back to CTE, right? It's something you can't definitively say someone has until they're dead and you chop open
their brain, yes.
right? So when we start looking at these people, and then we start looking at them in specific areas, football players, let's say boxers, I want to say rugby players, Australian rules football, people like that, where it's bang, bang, bang all the time, and it's possible for you to get a concussion. And the NFL, for its part, finally took that doctor serious and made changes. And so I don't like football anymore. I mean, I still love football, but it ain't the football I grew up on, where they was clotheslining dudes in the 70s. But that's me, and we're starting to see what those results look like, because we see a lot of these players with CTE, which again, I'm not limiting to specifically football. We just say it's football because they only check football players. They're not checking boxers for CTE, to my knowledge. They're not checking people who were professional wrestlers for CTE. Although, in a lot of cases, they take as much, if not more, should suffer more concussions, because they're not wearing helmets. At least in the NFL, they wear helmets, and now they're revamping helmets to try to limit concussions. But for real,
Well,
if you get punched, if you get paid to get punched in the face,
they were trying to put something in the helmet that absorbed the shock.
yeah.
You know, so that you wouldn't feel the shock on your head or in your brain. It would just be
I watched
like a shock absorber inside the helmet.
Yeah. Better shock absorption.
Right.
I just was watching Shannon Briggs on a little interview on the internet, a little clip where he was talking about George Foreman, and said I sent you the clip. First of all, he said getting hit by George Foreman felt like getting hit by a car.
Yes.
Now, first of all, who the fuck? Yo, you know how hard you gotta hit for a motherfucker to describe getting hit by you as being hit by a car?
I've been hit by a car intentionally.
You have.
Somebody ran me over, and
but
I'm not sure she was trying to kill me. I think
either way,
but
right?
it hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, so imagine somebody punching you in the field like that. That's fucking insane.
I'm not sure if anybody could punch me quite that hard.
Apparently George Foreman hit that hard. Now, again, when you listen to Shannon Briggs talk, you listen to a Riddick Bowe talk, now, in their 50s, late 40s, I think Shannon Briggs was a lot younger, so late 40s for him, right? Compared to when they was in their 20s, it don't sound the same at all.
Well, you got to think of Pernell Whitaker. Pernell Whitaker did not get hit in a fight. Sweet Pea avoided. He was the most elusive fighter that I could probably think of. His defense was impeccable. At the end of his career and in his retirement, his speech was slurred. He was sometimes kind of despondent.
Now,
Meldrick Taylor, the same.
Now, here's the thing,
they
right?
were very slurred.
Right, now let me ask this question, right? How many times is too many times?
Well, I guess
they got hit enough.
If you get hit by George Foreman, who hits like a car, maybe once is too much.
I don't know.
But if you listen to Evander Holyfield, he sounds slurred, and he took a beating from George Foreman.
Right,
he won, but if you saw that fight, it was
fucking brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
So when we're talking about traumatic brain injuries, which are happening a lot more these days, but also I think that's a bit of a misnomer. I think that a lot of the things that they say are happening a lot more than they used to is literally because we have more people. Like, we have more people on this earth. So now you get to see more things happen. See, like, more people are getting cancer. Yes, more people are getting cancer, but we have more people than we did in 1970. Doesn't change the fact that it is tragic.
So this guy, Shane Trammell, came from Las Vegas. He is attributing what he felt to be CTE to his high school football play. Thusly, he moved forward to say that because the NFL encouraged players to get to that level so they can play NFL football and become rich and successful, that they played a part in his getting CTE, right? I know from being, again, a mental health professional, I don't want to bore you with that. I've worked with mental health, but I do know that a degree of mental illness,
what is that nigga?
part of it kind of makes you want to be helpful. Like, they want to always assist people. Just mental illness as a whole. A dude accused me. He said, "Yo, I know you beat up that little girl." Because in schizophrenia, they have this protective thing. And it's always they want to protect little girls or women and these things. So he may want to protect the masses from getting CTE by killing somebody in the NFL office.
Maybe.
So the officer that was killed is Dadrul Islam. Didaru Islam. Blackstone executive Wesley LaPartner, security guard Etienne, that's his last name. His first name is Allard. Oh, Etienne. Is that an L? That is an L. Allard, ATL, Julie Etienne Hyman, an associate at Rudin Management. And that's the 4 people I'm guessing. I thought it was 2 women.
Might have been.
I don't know, but these are the names. These are the names that I've read from Fox News. Yeah.
Happy to highlight a nigga killing people. It's fine. Not getting into all of that. Yeah, I'm a fucking liberal.
Police niece.
You said police niece.
Police niece. That's the name.
I know.
Right?
I know what you're saying.
So police niece had something on her Instagram that was, I'm assuming, a tribute to the downed officer.
Yeah,
so salute to him and salute to
show
police
is like,
niece.
what's the name? His picture, his rookie picture, and then they'll say, "In the duty such and such." Because I know mad cops. Simply because those cops coach my son in football.
We're losing light rapidly, so we're gonna wrap it up.
In like a minute. But what I'm saying, because listen, you might not can see my black ass face, but you can see the motherfucker shine off these outside glasses, nigga.
I'm trying to.
I want y'all to love me.
Offer some type of light here.
I don't need no goddamn light. I'm shining, baby. I'm always shining. I'm always shining.
That's
Daddy.
leaving a bit of a glare.
I'm shining.
We know that you're shining, Joe.
That's all I'm saying. You can't. Yo, listen. I'm having a hard time keeping these gators down. Which, again, back to pro wrestling.
I don't see it. You were saying pro wrestling.
Oh, God. I'm starting acting like Dusty Rhodes. Come on, Flair. Bring that cash. Bring out that old cashmere coat. I love it. Listen, motherfuckers going, you know what? Niggas gonna start really thinking I got CTE the way I act on this fucking show.
Well, I'm pretty sure.
But I'm here, baby. I'm here for all y'all all the time.
I'm pretty sure
baby.
Nobody's gonna think you have CTE.
They don't know me. Yo, we had like 200 something followers, views a couple of these. People don't know who the fuck I am. They be like, oh, that nigga's the idiot. Yes, I am. I'm also the older brother. But I'm still a fucking fool because I ain't got time to be sensible no more. I'm too fucking old. I'm here to live my fucking life. Yo, people talk to me all the time and they mad about something every day. I get mad about shit too. But I got more time behind me than I got in front of me. And I expect to live to 100. I'm 57. That means I only got 42 years ahead of me. 43 years ahead of me. That's less than the 57 years I've already lived. So I ain't finna sit here every goddamn day, be sad, mad, and unhappy about shit. I'm skinning and grinning. All that. Because fuck that. I'm a fucking... hold up. I'm old enough to not do the Pharrell, be happy. I'm old enough to do the Bobby McFerrin, don't worry, be happy. Understand me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't worry.
Hit up with the closing line.
It's been real. You've been regular. We absolutely love you for listening. We got up to 200 and something views. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend we on these airs. By the way, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the alert bell. Spotify.
Please leave a comment. That helps build traction for the podcast.
Oh,
So
hold up,
if
buddy.
you do offer some
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
feedback, that offer that gets us a little bit of traction.
You
So
can
we
email us at
appreciate-
peace to the G's, PEACETOTHEGZ @gmail.com, or, and I mean this sincerely, in every way imaginable, you can hit us. No.
He's actually killing time while he's looking it up.
Yeah, no. Where am I?
He should already have this stuff pulled up.
No, it's the phone number.
Excuse me.
No. I don't know where my phone. Anyway, I'll post a phone number in the comments. Leave us a voice message.
Please leave a comment.
Right.
On if you're on YouTube or Spotify, please leave a comment.
Right. Please do. I know where to find it now.
The number is 929.
I love me.
Okay. It's 929-783-3029.
Really? Hold the fuck on. Yeah.
Well, that's the number I have. I don't know.
That's
if
the number.
right
It's the
number.
929 number.
It's 929-783-3029.
And
Where's
so,
the phone at?
Where's the phone at?
Yeah.
We're using it.
Oh, so maybe that's why it's going straight to voicemail.
Yeah, because I got it on what's the name?
But sleep.
Do not disturb. Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah, don't call it because we're using it.
Well, I just called it, and
This is my regular phone.
Oh.
This is the business phone. So, take care.